How to cover the shipping cost in dropshipping business. Finding the first-class transport answer is one of the maximum crucial factors in strolling an e-commerce dropshipping commercial enterprise. It is essential for each of your commercial enterprises and your customers to hold transport expenses as little as possible. This article will display to you the way to cal the transport value in dropshipping commercial enterprise. Who pays for shipping costs in dropshipping business? The solution is that the transport expenses may be paid for through you, because of the dropshipping commercial enterprise owner. Who pays shipping costs in dropshipping business? Spocket. With such a lot of diverse techniques to pay for transport, it is clear to apprehend why growing a transport plan that works for your commercial enterprise is essential. The value of transport has an extensive effect on whether or now no longer clients are inclined to pay for your merchandise. How to calculate shipping costs when dropshipping. It's higher in case you discern the way to calculate your transport expenses in advance of time. You need a version that advantages each of you and your patron. Let's test a number of the maximum famous dropshipping transport calculations. Real shipping cost. The actual transport value may be calculated so clients do not forget the charge of transport for themselves. You simply want to test the transport expenses from the providers and announce them to your clients for your online store. Real shipping cost, spocket. When customers purchase many gadgets from distinctive companies, this computation of actual transport expenses turns into extra difficult. This can effortlessly emerge as too highly priced for your goal customer. Remember that your customers are unaware that you are dropship. If they ought to pay for transport one after the other for every product, this will bring about extra deserted carts. Spocket dropshipping. Get started now to grow your online business with the best AliExpress dropshipping tool, Spocket. Try it free now. If you promote a big variety of merchandise in diverse sizes and weights, divide your merchandise into corporations and assign every institution a wonderful flat price. You will lose cash on positive transactions and win cash on others while cautiously calculating the flat charge transport, relying on the goods ordered. The long time period goal of this method is to interrupt even. Free shipping, Spocket. Include transport prices inside the product charge and provide unfastened transport to get humans to shop from you whilst keeping wholesome income margins. Promotion, tiered shipping. This method combines all three of the transport calculating techniques stated above. It's a high-quality method to hold customers thrilled whilst warding off a commercial enterprise loss because of transport prices. However, it is handiest beneficial when you have numerous facts and analytics to discern which technique is good for every situation. Shipping fees for returned products. Shipping fees for returned products, Spocket. You could make the customer pay for go-back transport prices if the patron makes a decision they do not need the product after it has already been shipped. If you're organized to offer unfastened returns, though, your customer can be inspired by you and extra geared up to buy from you. This is one of these conditions while you can sacrifice income at the moment so one can pressure sales. You are probably capable of striking the ideal stability after you've got higher information on the expenses related to a web dropshipping commercial enterprise. 6 ways to cover the shipping cost when dropshipping. When you've got expertise in the way to calculate transport expenses for your dropshipping commercial enterprise, hold analyzing to discover which of the maximum famous dropshipping alternatives will paint first class to your online store. 1. Increase product price to cover shipping costs. Based on the transport calculation stated above, there are numerous techniques to elevating your product charge so one can lessen your transport expenses over time. You have 3 alternatives: fee what you spend, use an easy flat charge price, or make use of the tiered transport machine defined inside the previous section. 2. Anticipate any shipping fee changes from suppliers. The transport expenses differ at some stage in the year. They may even upward push through 10% to 30% across the holidays. Every year, all companies modify their cargo pricing for hard work and gas expenses earlier than and at some stage in the Christmas season. To hold music of transport pricing changes, hold an eye fixed out for notifications from your dropshipping providers or transport firms. 3. Understand your customers' expectations on shipping. Customers are the maximum crucial element of any dropshipping commercial enterprise. You have to be in advance approximately your cargo instances to hold clients looking to go back. Always offer your purchasers a monitoring variety, a good way to realize while their package deal is on its way. 4. Reduce the size of packages. The length and weight of your package deal is a sure hearthplace method to shop cash on transport prices. Your goal is to make your product as mild and tiny as feasible. Reduce size of packages, Spocket. Controlling the burden of a product is challenging, however, the packaging you operate is something you may do. Many drop transport novices trust that at the beginning of their adventure, they must cross for a bespoke carton box. However, this desires a minimum order quantity, normally 500, and consequences in a decreased income margin. Take gain of each possibility to shop cash. Now that you realize the way to collect unfastened boxing, you may deal with minimizing its weight and length so you can shop cash on dropshipping transport prices. 5. Choose a proper shipping carrier. The service you select is probably the distinction between breaking even and profiting. There are diverse, most useful transport companies to paint with in case you're dropshipping. Typically, dropshipping companies collaborate with some of the transport companies to provide a whole lot of charge and transport alternatives. As a result, as a dropshipper, you can examine the diverse costs presented through the agencies and pick out the first-class opportunity for you. 6. Measure shipping fees in different countries. Shipping to distinctive countries may have an extensive effect on transport costs. Another issue to not forget is that many global transport groups refuse to move to faraway islands. Measure shipping fees in different countries, spocket. Customers who stay in international locations wherein transport is much less costly can get hold of unfastened cargo, giving them a broad incentive to finish their orders. Final words. Every dropshipper desires to deal with the transport expenses in dropshipping commercial enterprise. It may also devour into your earnings and emerge as a bothersome expenditure. However, with a bit of study, time, and effort, you can find out a way to lessen transport prices and reinvest the financial savings in growing your commercial enterprise.